PSG's big change. PSG managed to finally get their hands on the UEFA Champions League trophy last season after years and years and years of trying. But what did they do different in recent years compared to the beginning to finally get their hands on the prestigious trophy? I've come up with 4 changes and we'll get into it. The first change is a manager who actually knows how to deal with the players or any egos in the dressing room. PSG have had so many managers that just couldn't find the right balance in the squad, no matter who they appointed. Even if they seemed like they could handle the players, they just couldn't. This goes for Pochettino, Tuchel, Gaultier, and you could argue Blanc, but I wouldn't personally myself say he couldn't handle the squad. It was just a different era with Prime Barcelona, PSG, no, not PSG, Prime Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern, and etc. Those other 3 I listed are all top managers, but at PSG, they just couldn't find the right balance. Constantly trying to fit all the big name players in, or perhaps not brave enough to tell the club, I don't want all these superstars. They all ended up getting sacked, and they couldn't deliver that Champions League trophy. Luis Enrique, however, by far the best out of all of them. He instantly came in and made big changes to the team. He told Neymar, who he won the treble with by the way before, that it's best he leaves the club. He called out Mbappe's ego and pressing to his face, something no PSG manager did before this. Enrique from the get-go, he tried implementing a style that would last forever and wasn't dependent on individual brilliance like old PSG sides, and it's proved to work. When Mbappe left, he claimed they would get better without him. Some thought he's just saying this to cope, but he was actually being truthful. He wanted players who wouldn't demand for too much from the club or too many individual players who don't like to run and drop back. Everyone in Enrique's team presses and tracks back, even the star man who won the Ballon d'Or, Ousmane Dembele. He was praised all year by his manager for his pressing, especially in the game against Inter Milan in the final where they won 5-1. The second change PSG made is starting to use that academy more. In the past, we saw PSG let go of the likes of Nkunku, Diaby, Maignan, Coleman, Ferland Mendy, and many more. All of these players could have missed starts for PSG had they kept them instead of going for superstars. They saw their academy players as profit for the club, and they were criticised for years because of this. Everyone said they have an amazing academy, but they just let go of the players and don't pay attention to them. But in recent years, they've been holding on to the academy players such as Zaire Emery, Mayulu, Mbaye, and plenty of others, introducing them to the first team slowly and integrating them into the first team. If this was PSG of the past, all 3 of those, in my opinion, would have been shipped out of the club. And there's no need for that. They're young players who knows what it means to play and represent the club, and it's proved to work quite well. The third change PSG have made is the quality and depth they have. Before on all PSG sides, if 2 or 3 players got injured, the team would look significantly weaker and would crumble. But we've seen, even with injuries in recent months, they've been fine. Go look at their starting 11 against Barcelona. They had 4 to 5 key starters out, yet they still won the game away from home as well. The club realised you can't rely on 11 good players to win you the Champions League. You need at least 20 because players get fatigued, and unfortunately, injuries are a key part of football. Not key, but a common part of football. So you need a healthy squad that has quality all around. The fourth and final change, arguably the most important of them all, the transfers. PSG was so focused in the past on signing the biggest names and positions, it wouldn't give them the chance to create an actual team. It was far too imbalanced, and we saw them have arguably the 3 best attackers in the world at the time in Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, but it just didn't work at all. Enrique, as mentioned earlier in the video, had a big say on this. He got rid of Neymar. When he took over the club, many expected Neymar to become the main man of the team, due to their excellent relationship in the past and how successful they were together. But he was gone. After Mbappe left, he didn't ask for a big superstar signing either. He chose to sign Kvaratskhelia 6 months after he already tactically set them up to how he wanted his side to play. Doué on the left or right, Dembele up top, Barcola on the left or right, and with the addition of Kvaratskhelia, this helped improve their attack and depth. If you look at PSG's last 5 signings, you'll see how much their transfer strategies improved. Their last 5 signings include Kvaratskhelia, João Neves, Desiré Doué, Pacho, and Safonov, all quite young, and 4 of those 5 started in the Champions League final against Inter Milan, where they thrashed them 5-0. The youngest of them all, Desiré Doué and João Neves, 19, and the oldest being Safonov, 25. The rest are all 23 and under. This freshened up the team, young, hungry players who don't have an ego and will play however the manager asks of them. It's proved to be quite successful. PSG's successful transition wasn't an overnight transition, and it wasn't particularly smooth either. It took a while for them to do it fully. They bought some young players who they thought would fit the club and the criteria, but unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. This includes Ekitike, Renato Sanchez, Xavi Simons, Kolo Muani, and etc. So it did take a while for them to find the right balance, but the way things are going, they found the balance now. They could win multiple Champions Leagues with years to come. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you for watching.